The heavy wooden door creaked as it opened, revealing the cold, dark corridor of the abandoned school. The group of students, driven by a cocktail of curiosity and bravado, stepped hesitantly inside. Leading the group was Jisoo, the fearless one, ever in search of thrills. Following reluctantly were Minho, whose skepticism was barely concealing his anxiety, and Hana, who clutched her camcorder tightly, determined to document every minute of their adventure. They had heard the rumors, the stories whispered among classmates about the restless spirit of the Gwisin haunting these halls. Supposedly, the ghost of a woman wronged by betrayal, seeking revenge on anyone who dared disturb her unholy sanctuary. Giggling nervously, they made their way through the eerie silence, their flashlight beams cutting through the suffocating darkness. The air inside was damp and laden with the scent of mold and decay. The peeling paint on the wall seemed to glare back at them, as if warning them to leave while they still could. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the end of the corridor. Hannah's camcorder swiveled towards the source of the sound, her breath hitching. Probably just the wind, Minho muttered, though his eyes betrayed his fear. But Jisoo pressed forward, her bravado undiminished. As they passed the abandoned classrooms, filled with broken desks and scattered papers, a strange chill enveloped them. Whispers began to drift through the air, unintelligible and otherworldly. Hannah's hands trembled as she tried to capture the ethereal sounds on her camcorder. They reached the end of the corridor, where a large, ornate mirror stood, cracked and dusty. Jisoo approached it, her reflection fractured and ghostly. As she stood there, inspecting the mirror, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. Minho stepped back, his heart pounding in his chest. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and a shadowy figure appeared in the mirror beside Jisoo's reflection. The Gwisin. Her face was a mask of rage and sorrow, her eyes dark voids of eternal suffering. Jisoo turned, seeing nothing, but Minho and Hannah's terror-filled eyes told her something was terribly wrong. The ghost's anger manifested, sending the mirror crashing to the floor in a shower of glass shards. The group screamed, and Jisoo felt an icy grip around her wrist, pulling her towards the spot where the mirror had stood. "Run!" Minho shouted, grabbing Hannah's arm and yanking her down the corridor. Jisoo struggled against the invisible force, her bravado gone, replaced by sheer terror. Hannah glanced back, capturing the horrifying sight of Jisoo being dragged towards the wall by an unseen entity. Just as she screamed, but Minho pulled her forward. They burst through the entrance, the cold night air hitting their faces, and the heavy door slammed shut behind them, sealing Jisoo's fate. Outside, they gasped for breath, tears streaming down their faces. Inside the abandoned school, the whispers continued, now joined by Jisoo's helpless cries. The Gwisin had claimed another victim, and its vengeful spirit continued to prowl the darkened halls, waiting for the next intruders to fall into its chilling grasp.